McClatchy Newspapers reports that in recent weeks, the Pakistani media have portrayed the United States, its military and defense contractors, in the darkest of lights, evidence of strong anti-American sentiment that is sweeping the country. Pakistanis are reacting to what many there see as an imperial American presence, echoing Iraq and Afghanistan, with Washington dictating to the Pakistani military and the government. Polls show that Pakistanis regard the U.S., formerly a close ally and the country's biggest donor, as a hostile power. Pakistan's news media have been filled with stories of undercover U.S. agents operating in the country, reports of a huge contingent of U.S. Marines planned to be stationed at the embassy, and stories of Blackwater mercenaries running amok. According to local press reports, armed Americans have supposedly harassed and terrified residents and police officers in Islamabad and Peshawar. Much of the unease is based on a near $1 billion plan to massively increase the size of the U.S. Embassy in Islamabad, which brought home to Pakistanis that the United States plans an extensive and long-term presence in the country. The U.S. ambassador to Pakistan, Ann Patterson, has been forced to go on the defensive. Patterson wrote to the owner of Pakistan's biggest media group, Jang, to protest about the content of two popular talk shows on one of their TV networks and a newspaper column by influential analyst Shireen Mazari, complaining that they'd compromised the security of Americans. Mazari wrote, quote, "The ugly American of the 60s is back in Pakistan, and this time with a vengeance. It's an alliance, U.S.-Pakistan, that's been forced on the country by its corrupt leadership. It's delivering chaos. We should distance ourselves. You can't just hand over the country." Pakistanis, especially its military establishment, also are distrustful of U.S. motives in Afghanistan, seeing it as part of a strategy for regional domination. Many also blame the U.S. for imposing President Asif Ali Zardari on their country, who is deeply disliked and who succeeded an unpopular U.S.-backed military dictator.